I'm the children's librarian here at the Brunswick Library. I am here with you today to share some book talks. I have a variety of ages and a variety of genres, and they're all available as ebooks on our website or through our app called Libby, L-I-B-B-Y. So to start off, I want to give a shout out to a series by Scholastic called the Branches books. These are books that are great for readers who are just getting into chapter books. They're filled with pictures and exciting adventures, and they're a great way to get kids interested in reading chapter books and not feel too intimidated by them. This series is called Press Start. We also have Dragon Masters, and there are tons of different titles. You may be familiar with Owl Diaries. That's another example of this great series by Scholastic. Okay, so picture this. Your mother asks you to spend the day with your grandmother, and you're not thrilled, but you decide to do it. Until, that is, you discover that your grandmother is not actually your grandmother, and it turns out she's actually a witch. And she needs you to transport 3 baby dragons across the city, and they absolutely cannot get out of your bag. This is what happens in Dragons in a Bag by Zetta, Elliot, the first book in a series. Would you trust your witch grandmother? Would you be able to get the dragons across the city? Read this book to find out how Jackson and his friends accomplish this task and what strategies they use to get the dragons back to their rightful home in their magical world. Next up, we have Maybe a Mermaid by Josephine Cameron. Maybe a Mermaid is for ages 8+. Anthony Gillies, all she wants is a real, true blue best friend. Her mother sells makeup, so they travel across the country selling makeup and never staying anywhere too long. One summer, they decide to go to Thunder Lake, which is where Anthony's mother spent her summers as a child. So they stay at the Showboat Resort, and while it's not exactly what her mother remembers, they decide to make the best of it. Anthony meets lots of potential true blue best friends, such as a very odd boy, a girl who loves comic books just as much as she does, and the owner of the Showboat Resort, who's a little bit eccentric and just may be a mermaid. Next up, I want to give a very special shout out to one of my favorite series of all time, which is The Babysitter's Club. If you're not familiar, this series is about a group of middle schoolers who decide to form a babysitting club that parents can call to get a sitter whenever they need one. The stories feature the girls' lives as middle schoolers, their babysitting jobs, and the tests of friendship. We have both the original series and the new graphic novels that are illustrated by Raina Telgemeier, who you may know from books such as Sisters and Smile and Drama. And I also want to talk about the new show on Netflix that has updated the series into a 2020 atmosphere where the girls deal with 2020 problems and causes, but it still keeps the heart and the passion of the original characters and the original stories. So that is The Babysitter's Club, available in a wide variety of options. Okay, so your plane goes down in the middle of the Arctic. You survive. When you and the 7 other survivors, who all appear to be kids, emerge from the wreckage, you find you're actually in the middle of a strange jungle and not the icy tundra that you had expected. Food and water are scarce, and the jungle is filled with strange creatures such as razor-beaked birds and carnivorous plants. How would you survive? This first book, called Horizon by Scott Westerfield, is the first book in a series about a supernatural island filled with mystery and adventure. So if you like shipwrecked books and survival books, give this a check out. It's really exciting, and it's fun to imagine yourself in this very epic adventure. Okay, so do you enjoy mystery that spans history? Do you love searching for clues? Then you'll enjoy The Parker Inheritance. This is by Varian. It is a standalone novel as of now. It is an exciting read featuring 12-year-old Candace, who's spending the season in South Carolina with her mother. Her grandmother was recently disgraced trying to find a mysterious fortune that's hidden somewhere in the town, according to legend. Candace finds a strange letter detailing the clues for this fortune and the story behind it, and she decides to avenge her grandmother's name and try to clear her grandmother's name by going on a search for this fortune with her neighbor, Brandon. So this is an investigation that spans decades, including the Jim Crow era South, tackles topics such as racism and identity. So it's a very cool book. It's told in flashbacks and present day. It's a very exciting mystery about righting a wrong and finding a fortune. So our last book today, which I will put over here, is called Black Brother, Black Brother. And this is a very new book by Jewel Parker Rhodes. And this is a story about a young man who named Dante, who is one of the few black people in his school, and he faces bullying and racism. And it comes to a head when the white boy who is the captain of the fencing team frames him for something he didn't do. He gets arrested and suspended, and he's kind of doesn't know what to do with himself. He joins a youth center, a local youth center, and meets a famous Olympic fencer who decides to teach him how to fence. And Dante's whole goal is he's going to become an expert fencer and take down the bully and captain of the fencing team. So this is written by, the author is a Coretta Scott King winner. It is a story that discusses racism in our present day world and the journey to finding your own voice and identity. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out our website, mcdl.info. Like I said, all of these books are available as ebooks. We do have curbside pickup available during the hours that we're open, as well as anytime lockers that are available anytime. So thank you very much, and I look forward to next time. Bye, everyone.